All right. Another day, another workout. Today we have squats and rehab. And then before we get into it, there's a few things I want to go through. Today was a crazy day. Before we get deeper into it, I basically started to feel my hip a little bit while I was squatting, and I had to stop squat. So this is a good episode because, and I don't want you guys to stop here. I want you guys to actually see if you can learn anything from this episode because, like I said, I'm always gonna be fully transparent with you guys, and at the end of the day, I'll show you exactly how I dealt with my little hip injury today. So, starting off with our squats and some of the things I actually noticed while I was lifting. Like at the end of the day, I'm not perfect, and I love to analyze my form and technique, and my warm ups is where it all started. So when I was warming up, I could even see, like, even from this video, obviously, lots of people walking through my videos, but I was warming up with 25 kilo plates. So that's 120 kilos for the next one. And it's also evidence I was going up so quickly. If you guys watch my previous squats videos, I usually would take forever to warm up. Okay. Also going down, doing some pause squats. This is 170 kilos. Pause squats, 170 kilos. And probably not ideal for my warm up when I haven't warmed up enough. And this was probably like my third, fourth set. In straight on to 220 kilos. This is where I felt my hip. Position of my feet was a little bit off. It was on the left side. My waist tilted a little bit to the left hand side as well too. And yeah, it's a nice deep squat, but I just felt my hip then, and it was just a little bit irritated. I decided to just do one more squat, and then I decided to call it a day after. So it was over here as well too. I could feel that hip going, and it was all leaning to that one left side. That's where the hip injury started. So being smart, I actually wanted to go. I was going to go for a 260 straight away. I actually loaded the bar, but then I decided that, look, I'd rather be smart. It wasn't too bad at the time. I had my pre-workout as well too, and most of the time I feel like when I have my pre-workout, I can't really feel injuries as much. So I had to make the smartest decision to stop straight away and rehabilitate and try and feel it, try and find the pain point. Now, one of the biggest things I learned from this was my glutes weren't warmed up enough. And the way I usually squat is I utilize my glutes as the first or primary muscle group. So the way I do this, guys, is I rotate my knees out and then bend my knees slowly and start by actually pushing my knees out to start my squat. So that's what brings me down. Now, with my glutes being my prime mover as well too, which is also attached onto my hip, if my glutes aren't active enough, it means my hip is what's going to take it. So my form and technique, like I said, I agree, wasn't good, but also my glutes weren't very active. So it was nice for me to be able to diagnose the issue from it. So what I did here was I was just trying to feel my glutes and feel my glute activation. And this was awesome because, and it was crazy how it works, because even though my hip was hurting to start with, after activating my glutes, my hips stopped hurting. Now, of course, I still wasn't going to go back to squats even after my hips stopped hurting, because I know this is a temporary thing with the warm-up of my glutes and my which is probably going to be for the next few weeks. I'm going to probably feel my glutes a little bit, my hips a little bit, and until I warm up my glutes efficiently, I'm probably not going to be able to squat or deadlift without any sort of hip pain. So I've come to terms with that. That's okay. I'm obviously upsetting because I really rely on my workout as well too for the endorphins, and it wasn't a perfect workout day. I mean, in fact, it wasn't a good workout day. I'll be honest. That's me being honest, and I was a little bit down about it. But hey, I'm glad I didn't injure further. So I came back, thought about it. I was in the best mood afterwards, and then I was like, you know what? At least I didn't injure that bad. At least I didn't do anything worse. At least I'm not like I was about even 3 or 4 years ago, where I would have continued going just to hit my numbers. And that's, for me, that's growth. And that's one of the things I want you guys to pick out from this video is more listen to your body, because a lot of people don't realize how much that plays a big role. If you feel something is off, then stop for a moment, identify the problem, identify the issue. Can you continue? Do you have to stop now? What can you do to start aiding in recovery? Okay, So of course my hip wasn't hurting with this. For me, all I was doing was activating my glutes, sending more blood to the area that I thought was affected. And this I find helps me a lot too. So these motions over here, of course, I've got my KXK Fitness bands. If you guys want them, feel free to visit kxkfitness.com and use KBD10 for a special discount from me. And that's my little gift to you guys. So, and any other gym accessories, knee sleeves, elbow sleeves as well, kxkfitness.com. Brilliant. And if you guys want the shoes I'm wearing or the apparel I'm wearing, rideaway.com, use my code Kwame10 and save some money as well too, guys. So the shoes I'm wearing are Rideaway D Max, and they're just amazing for squatting, deadlifting, flat soled, ankle support as well. You can actually feel the muscle groups working. Okay, so come to terms with my injury as well. Checking my mobility in my hips. I can start to feel a little bit. Feel the glutes activate as well too. And for me, like I said, it's all about making sure that I was fine. So I was doing a few lesser things. My program wasn't over. So my programming today, I actually finished my whole program. And I was supposed to do some leg extensions, and I was supposed to do the leg press, but the leg press was taken, so I ended up doing some isometric holds on hack squats. But I was just, for me, it's also like a mental thing, also making sure I complete what I was supposed to do. So me completing this meant a lot to me, and still trying to rehabilitate myself and start my active recovery as early as possible, but still also get what I was required to go, because my quads were actually fine. I did feel my hips actually a little bit on my quads as well too when I was extending, which was good, because actually also helped me identify where the actual pain was coming from as well too, and what was irritating at the same time too. Like I said, it wasn't anything serious, which put me in excruciating pain. I guess I'll find out tomorrow when my adrenaline is probably lower. But and that's the thing that I hate from injuries, because when you caffeinated and your adrenaline is like through the roof, you do not feel pain. So well, I don't anywhere. Like I feel very, very minimal pain. So I always never judge my injury until the next day. When you are stiff and you have no caffeine in, that's how I judge the severity of my injury through the next day. So yeah. But it was a crazy one. And yeah, I've learned a lot from this. But yeah, the topic of the day I want to make here: how to avoid further injury in the gym. And this is one of the biggest things for me. And like, I know I can relate to it, because a lot of people would keep training. And you can be training for like more ego. You can train for, satisfaction. And okay, I'm actually gonna break this down, because a lot of the time, this is actually something that came to mind. A lot of the time, a lot of people don't keep training for ego. They actually keep training for their mental satisfaction. The fact that they have set themselves that goal, and they don't want to be a failure. But I'll be honest with you, like, sometimes it takes you failing to actually realize how good you've got it. Do you know what I mean? It takes you getting injured to realize how good you've got it, how good you should be, how much more stretching you should be doing, how lucky you are to be able to lift some heavy weight. It's not always an ego thing about, yeah, I got this weight today, but it's more about that satisfaction to yourself that you've completed the reps, especially when you strength train. I know for me, it's more about like, I got those reps today. I got my sets today. I got my numbers today. I'm happy. Okay, and that is my source of motivation. Sometimes when I'm strength programming, it's actually the numbers. Okay, so it's about that satisfaction. It's about the endorphins. It's about the fact that you also didn't fail. That also makes you feel good when you train. So injuries in general can be annoying, because they're belittling, they make you feel low. But I think it's also important to know how to address them in the gym. And like I said, if anyone, just a little bit of a disclaimer, if anyone gets an injury, look, go see a physio. Do not keep training unless you have the experience for it to be able to attack it yourself. I'm not saying keep doing everything like I do. I've had quite a bit of experience myself with injury, relations, and so this is something that I personally would do for myself, and I would not be doing any of these things unless if my hips were that severe and I could feel any sort of pain whatsoever, which I couldn't. Like, this was some isometric holds. So these were like a little bit of strength testing I was doing with my exercises to see how judge the severity of the injury. And there was literally nothing there. What I was just feeling was the burn in my glutes from holding the weights down there for that long. I just want to say a big thank you, guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. It's something a little bit different. Let's hope something good comes out of this. Your boy is out. Take care. Much love and respect. Peace.